Close your eyes and drift to the banks of the Tiber River under a pale moon over 2 millennia ago. Tonight we return to the dawn of Rome, not only a city of marble and empire, but a legend born from blood, myth, and destiny. Rome was said to be founded in 753 BC, yet its true origins dwell between myth and memory. Twins, Romulus and Remus, were born of the Vestal Virgin Rhea Silvia and the war god Mars, a birth both sacred and scandalous abandonment and survival. King Amulius, fearful of their fate, sent them down the Tiber in a basket. Miraculously, the river didn't drown them. A she-wolf found them near a cave called the Lupercal and nursed them, perhaps followed by a woodpecker, as the story goes. From shepherds to heroes, later adopted by shepherd Faustulus, the twins grew strong, unaware of their destiny. They eventually discovered their true heritage, confronted Amulius, and restored their grandfather Numitor to the throne of Alba Longa, sibling rivalry and fratricide. When they decided where to build a city, one on the Palatine, one on the Aventine, they consulted the birds as omens. Remus saw 6 vultures, Romulus saw 12. When Remus mocked Romulus's new walls, Romulus struck him down, becoming Rome's first king. This myth, violent, divine, primal, speaks of Rome's destiny born in struggle. Though scholars debate its literal truth, it symbolizes twin themes: power gained by force, and Rome defined by conflict and authority. Early kings and Etruscan influence. Legends say Romulus founded Rome's institutions, the Senate, religious rituals, even asylum for exiles. Over the next centuries, 7 kings ruled the city, including figures like Numa Pompilius, who created sacred rites, and Servius Tullius, who instituted early classes and built defensive walls. Archaeology tells another story. Around the 7th to 6th century BC, Latin farmers and shepherds lived in huts atop Rome's 7 hills: Esquiline, Palatine, and Aventine. Then the Etruscans arrived, bringing art, engineering, temples, and roadways. It was during this period that Rome gained its earliest urban character: roads like the Via Sacra, temples, religious priests, and a bridge between myth and civic identity. From kings to republic. In 509 BC, Rome expelled its last king, Tarquinius Superbus, launching a new political experiment, a republic. Power moved to 2 annually elected consuls who shared presidency year by year, overseen by the Senate. But citizens, the plebeians, were second class, barred from office, reliant on patricians. Tensions grew. In 494 BC, plebeians staged the first secession, withdrawing to the sacred mountain until their demands were heard. This created the office of tribune of the plebs, empowered to veto laws, a radical shift. In 451-449 BC, the 12 tables were codified, engraved laws displayed in bronze or wood in the forum. They secured procedural and property rights, including legal protections for all citizens. The struggle continued. By 287 BC, the Lex Hortensia made plebiscites binding on all citizens, finally ending the long conflict of the orders, republican conquests, and Punic Wars. With internal reforms, Rome looked outward. In the First Punic War, 264-241 BC, Rome built a fleet from scratch to challenge Carthage over Sicily. The Second Punic War, 218-201 BC, brought Hannibal, elephants, and calamity. His victory at Cannae nearly toppled Rome, yet Rome endured. Scipio Africanus later smashed Carthage at Zama. The Third Punic War, 149-146 BC, ended with Carthage razed to the ground, Rome's dominance sealed by mid-2nd century BC. Greece, Spain, North Africa, all fell under Roman influence. Rome's military efficiency and engineering prowess turned the Mediterranean into a Roman sea. Republic to empire, Caesar and Augustus. But empire bred internal crisis. The Social War, 91-87 BC, saw Rome's Italian allies revolt, demanding citizenship. Rome ultimately conceded rights, paving the way for wider inclusion. Land reformers like Tiberius and Gaius Gracchus challenged the elite and paid with their lives, signs of an unraveling political order. Military loyalty shifted. Generals like Marius, Sulla, and Pompey commanded personal armies, eroding republican norms. Julius Caesar conquered Gaul, crossed the Rubicon in 49 BC, the die is cast, and seized Rome, declaring himself dictator. His assassination on the Ides of March 44 BC plunged Rome into civil war. Amid chaos, Octavian, Caesar's adopted heir, defeated Mark Antony at Actium, 31 BC. In 27 BC, he became Augustus, Rome's first emperor. A new era dawned, the Pax Romana and everyday life. Augustus ushered in Pax Romana, over 2 centuries of relative peace. Engineering marvels, aqueducts, roads like the Appian Way, Colosseum, Pantheon, symbols of unity and progress. Daily rhythms, bakers, teachers, matrons, slaves, philospheres. Romans made the empire more than grand monuments. Religion and thought, temples to Jupiter and Vesta, philosophical debate between Stoics and Epicureans. Virgil's Aeneid reminded them of origins and virtue. Crisis, division, and the fall. Yet empire's shadow darkened. The 3rd century crisis saw rapid leadership turnover, economic collapse, and barbarian invasions. Diocletian rose in 284 AD, splitting the empire in his tetrarchy to manage chaos. Constantine, 312 AD, reunited part of the empire, endorsed Christianity, 312-313 AD, and built Constantinople, shifting the soul of Rome east. But in the west, cracks grew deeper. Barbarians like the Visigoths sacked Rome in 410 AD, and by 476 AD, the last Western emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed, marking Rome's fall. Rome's enduring legacy. Although the empire crumbled, Rome's spirit remains. Legal systems arose from Roman law, from the 12 Tables, through Justinian's Digest, still affecting. Today, legal codes. Languages, Latin evolved into Spain, French, Italian, and echoes in English, law, medicine. Architecture and engineering, arches, aqueducts, roads, all inspired modern infrastructure. Political philosophy, the Republic's lessons on civic duty and institutions resonate in democracies today. As our journey ends, let the whispers of Rome's legends, its republic, its empire, settle around your mind. In marble ruins, law, language, and ideas, it lives still. Now breathe deeply, rest within its ancient embrace, and sleep as Rome's legacy drifts into your dreams.